is ours. To our leaders, great defender, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica land we love. Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica land we love.
On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Tuesday evening to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side. So we have a whole heap of videos to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. Well, more so members of the diaspora because the regular members of Chan Public in Jamaica right now, most of us is without electricity. Only for the fortunate few we have a generator and other means of getting their electricity or their house powered. But for the most part, Western Jamaica, my peeps, definitely get a serious beating. And for all the persons out there doing the recordings, sending them to me, boy, may I beg you, stay in the house, nobody do it. Me rather not have no content, but trust and believe, me give thanks same way. But it really rough out them, my peeps. Nothing normal about this hurricane here. Like, historical, indeed, never seen before in the history of Jamaica. So I'm not for sure when this will be uploaded because the internet moving very, very slow. Understandably so. But whenever it upload, then I will post it. And trust and believe me, peeps, a lot of people will be needing a lot of help. Many have been displaced. Many are homeless. Houses are totally gone. Some totally engulfed in water. People abroad, it's really, really bad. Especially persons living in Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, Trelawney to a lesser extent, St. Anne to a lesser extent. The entire Jamaica really get the hurricane, but down that side got the blunt of it. Trust and believe me, peeps, it's not normal. So I'm going to share with you all now the video clippings that I've gathered so far and just compiled everything together so you can see for yourself what is happening on our dearly beloved island home, Jamaica. It is going to take a lot to rebuild Western Jamaica, but trust and believe, God will do it. And God will most definitely see us through. It's going to be long, it's going to be hard, but with all hands on deck, trust and believe, it is possible. So anyway, watch.
New one. Thanks guys.
Blood clot, him a John, you know? Him a fucking John.
Blood clotting.
Him a Johnny, fucking John, Jesus Christ. Could I Johnny P?
I'm meteorologist Alan Archer. Here's an early afternoon update on Hurricane Melissa, a powerful 185-mile-an-hour sustained wind hurricane that's 295 kilometers per hour with higher gusts that slammed into the southwest Jamaican coastline early this afternoon in the vicinity of New Hope, very close to around Black River, and is moving towards the northwest to north at around 7 miles an hour. So areas basically from around Savannah Lamar down to Black River, up through and just east into Grill, and also those of you in the vicinity of Montego Bay will probably bear the full fury of the hurricane. It may weaken a little bit during the course of this afternoon as the eye moves over land, but it will emerge off the coast between Falmouth and Montego Bay early tonight. Currently, squally weather continues, of course, around Jamaica. Winds at Sangster International are out of the east-northeast, 84, gusts to 115 miles an hour. May I repeat, the last report from Sangster International, most recent, east-northeast 84, gusts to 115 miles per hour. Now, in Kingston at Manly International, winds have been running out of the southeast about 24 miles an hour. Still, for the rest of the day, the intense squalls will continue over the western part of the island, whereas lighter rains will continue across central and eastern portions of Jamaica. But still, we could see winds gusting 60, 70 miles an hour, and some of the squalls over the eastern half of Jamaica, with the overall improvement in weather coming about tonight. A storm surge of nearly 13 to 15 feet is occurring at the point of landfall along the southwest Jamaican coast this afternoon, and widespread coastal flooding and inland flooding is going to be taking place due to the excessive rainfalls, 15 to 30 inches accompanying this storm, and of course the tidal storm flooding along the coast, especially the southwest Jamaican coast. We'll keep you updated. I'm meteorologist Alan Archer in the Weather Center.
Where y'all go? Where y'all go? If we take the car, obviously, I'm...
No, we see what I come over there, no.
Move. Oh, we are going to go over. And tell them, man, go over, man.
Walk your door.
That's a deep. Tell you that's all we have a deep. That's all we got this all.
Yeah, everybody get out of the house. Man, the bill. What are the name again? Gibson Close, water. Gibson Close, water video. Look, water to roof height. Fireman up here to rescue work. People get trapped in a house.
Don't buy me cover now. Everybody need that.
I did grown about this one next house that I can't even see.
Yeah, man, I can't see.
But you can imagine.
Oh, you are. The move on 360 man.
Springbok with black now. Current wire. Tear down. Trees. We are blocking. We need help. In Springbok, in St. Thomas. We need help.
Show them this.
Show them that. We cannot come out.
This is outside. I'm looking outside in my house, looking outside, and there are no rivers, anything like that near to me.
This catastrophe. We are grateful for the patience of the community who are rendering assistance right now, helping out. Watch your word, people. Watch your word, people. Yes, people. Tap up the live, people, and share the live, people. Please, I'm asking you. This is the Plantain Garden River, and we are in the community and the district of Bad St. Thomas, the Plantain Garden River. And we are also awaiting to see what the island river. Look, there are people. See the cars going, people. The guide post. Look at people. I told you it's going, people. The whole community is gonna go, people. Look at it. Look what's happening now, people. Tap up the live people and share the live people. See, that's a car. It's leaving, more people. See there, people? See what's happening on the car. So, people, there's an opening now. There's an entrance for the community of bar to be washed away. Because that's we are all in the first part of it. And now, as we stand here and we see what is happening, people, once that is removed, then it's heading straight into the community of Bath, Bottom Yard, St. Thomas. The shelter is now in danger. The shelter where the people are at Bath community is in danger because now the water is going to be overflowing over into the community where the shelter is. We have another shelter by the top. I hope the people will know have to be removed from the shelter that they are in up at Ginger Hall.
You know, can't you see that? You know, don't listen what side.
This is now our condition in Bath. The river is level with the road. If my house not safe, the school not safe, so where we are gonna go? See the river there, see the school there. See me house there.
What's it?
Everything on the ground. One side for everything on the ground. I'm building up to our people, right? Yeah, I think I fly like a kite, that boy. Kite season. Hey, kite season, Black River, Black River. Black River. First place to start, I reach, I don't mess up. Look here,
Look for the money, go there.
Where's the bar top gun? Bumbo clot! People! People, we fuck up down our Westmoreland, people! Thanks for Galaxy, thank you, Bumbo clot! Mongrel and hard fly, me see a flew in the start. Buckler. See the people gone. Gone, no. Gone, people. Yo, one thing doesn't gone now. Thank you, people skin. Thank you very much.
With that great goal here now, you know, man. You see me? I wonder if I can cross it. But I sure know say fisherman can cross it. I'm sure know me can cross it. I know normal, but I go try cross it. If I ever cross it for the real, I go cross it. Yeah, man. Get what I go on. So I go on down there. Yeah, man. That's a go on. Yeah, man. That's a go on, man. For what I go on. Oh, gosh, man. That's a go on. People, no normal and no man, me I tell you, man.
In front of my gate that. Jesus have mercy, God. Look on the road. I rode that, no? I rode that people for Burton. I rode that. That is the road. Have mercy, God. You all up.
Achieve. Straight up better coming up. Bye. Straight up better than that. One buckler. Oh, buckler! Oh, yeah! The grade level black. Who they will like grade level black? God!
Close teeth, you know.
We are now joined by Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness, who is in Kingston for us. Mr. Prime Minister, thank you so much for taking time now, of all times, to speak with us and give us a sense of where things stand. As we noted, Hurricane Melissa is making landfall as a Category 5 hurricane, something that Jamaica has never witnessed or experienced before, 175-mile-per-hour winds. What is your latest assessment of conditions on the ground, and are emergency services able to currently operate safely?
Well, as you would have heard from one of our citizens, the hurricane is making landfall. waves as high as 15 to 17 feet, which were predicted. So residents who are on the southern coast westerly would be feeling severe impacts of the storm, because that is where the eye of the hurricane, where the strongest winds are centered. It is projected that the hurricane will move across Jamaica, the southern end of Jamaica. It will affect the parishes of St. Elizabeth, parts of Manchester, into Trelawney, and then exit. Along that path, we expect that there will be a severe damage to infrastructure, hopefully minimal loss of life. We were very early in our preparations, and therefore our emergency services did all we could before the storm, including giving our citizens the accurate information for them to take the necessary actions to protect themselves and their property. Presently, in that end of the island, I would not recommend that our emergency services operate unless it is an extreme emergency and they judge it safe to do. But for the rest of the island, we are experiencing hurricane-like conditions, rain, squalls, flooding. There are reports of some landslides, but the impact is really in the south of the island, and I am praying for those residents. And we have been preparing, and we have been praying for the best.
Mr. Prime Minister, I think you did manage to hear some of my interview with a man named Everall Christian, who owns a seafood restaurant in Alligator Pond in Mandeville, Jamaica. And what he described was really scary. What he described was essentially, what he kept on saying was that Jamaica was in major trouble. It was in major trouble based on what he was seeing, that the entire coastline in terms of what he was seeing was completely gone. One of the things that he said that surprised me and saddened me was that there were a lot of people, he knew a lot of people who were in the low-lying parts of the island who had actually chosen not to go to higher ground, not to evacuate, because they wanted to protect their businesses, they wanted to protect their homes. I mean, obviously, Jamaicans have been through this before, and there is so much fear. What do you say to people who right now are trying to choose between either protecting their lives or protecting their homes?
Well, let me say, there is no infrastructure in this region, or maybe anywhere in the world, that could withstand a Category 5 hurricane without some level of damage. And for Jamaica, a Category 5 hurricane, particularly where the impact is direct and in the area of the impact, there will be catastrophic damage. We informed our citizens of this days before. We have put in place a compulsory mandatory evacuation order. But in a liberal democracy like Jamaica, we tend to want to respect the rights of citizens to protect their property, but to give them the information so that they can protect their lives. We have mobilized over 881 shelters. Most of them are activated now. We provided buses to move persons. The take-up was initially slow, picked up afterwards. So for those residents who have decided to stay, I'm encouraging them to batten down, take all the necessary precautions to keep themselves safe. Don't worry about property at this time, because there's nothing that you will be able to do in a Category 5 storm to protect your property. Keep your life safe. Immediately after the threat is passed, our Jamaica Defense Force, our fire brigade and other emergency services will be rapidly mobilized to see if we can rescue persons and assist those persons who may be marooned. At this time, I'm encouraging all our residents to stay inside, batten down, keep safe, and now is not the time to try to protect property. We have had 3 deaths so far of persons who are taking precautionary measures in removing debris and cutting trees, and unfortunately they had accidents. So now is the time, particularly for residents in the southern end of the island, St. Elizabeth, parts of Manchester, Westmoreland, Hanover, Trelawney, St. James, for them to keep inside and do all that is necessary to protect their life.
Yeah, unfortunately, those concerns expressed to Zane by that restaurant owner aren't just anecdotal, because authorities estimated that some 50,000 people could be displaced. And according to your own Minister for Local Government, as of last night, only about 1,700 had evacuated to shelters. We also know that Jamaica has a limited disaster response resource compared to larger countries. What additional help from regional countries, international, have you been in touch with the United States about getting ahead of this storm and seeking whatever additional aid you may need?
Well, Jamaica has, as you would imagine, significant experiences in dealing with these disasters. We recently undertook a review of our disaster preparedness apparatus, which is fairly well stood up at this point in time. And we should be able to mount a credible response to the disaster, including the immediate humanitarian and relief needs. But as I've said, once this is a Category 5 hurricane, this will be over and above the capacity of most disaster response mechanisms. So yes, Jamaica will need the support of the international community. And I want to, at this point, thank the international community, including our CARICOM neighbors, the United States, the European Union, France, the United Kingdom, and others who I may not have called now. I've actually gotten, since I'm talking to you now, a note from the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. So the international community is aware that there will be need for support. What we're doing in Jamaica is making sure that we have a very efficient mechanism to get that support in and to make sure that it is effectively and fairly used for all our citizens.
Well, Mr. Prime Minister, it sounds like you've done a lot of work in preparation for this unprecedented size storm. It is reassuring to know that you have heard from other government officials and neighboring countries, especially the United States and Secretary Rubio. We are wishing you and the citizens of Jamaica all the best, and we, of course, will continue to stay in touch with you, and whatever we can do in terms of relaying developments and any sort of news that locals there can abide by and heed, we will continue to do. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And if you allow me a few seconds just to reiterate the point to my citizens, stay inside, stay safe. Now is the time to protect life.
Right. You heard the Prime Minister there. Thank you so much.
And I'm very, very pleased this morning to announce the launch of our Support Jamaica website. It is supportjamaica.gov.jm. We've already been made aware of some nefarious individuals trying to collect money on behalf of Jamaica. We remind you that this will be the official site. If it doesn't have .gov.jm, it is not legitimate. It's not an official Government of Jamaica site. And so it will be supportjamaica.gov.jm, and it will be our online platform developed by the Government of Jamaica to mobilize support, to channel relief and coordinate recovery efforts in the wake of Hurricane Melissa.